What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Nyma. Today we're just gonna be checking in, gonna be hanging out. I celebrated my birthday last month and I had the time of my life. So I want to talk to you guys about that. Also, I went to CVS the other day and I got a bunch of these stuff that I've been wanting to try. I haven't been in the drugstore like just shopping wise in a minute. I've got this new to me e.l.f. Camo Concealer, hydrating one. I think I tried the matte one before and I didn't really care for the formula. You guys know I love this Sky High mascara. So we're gonna be doing that. I'm gonna be just chit-chatting, checking in with the girls, the guys, see how you guys have been, and hanging out. I think I'm gonna start with brows, but I wanna prime first. This video is also in collaboration with CVS. I wanted to give you guys a recap of my masterclass that I did last year, which was really amazing. So all the links to masterclass are down below in the description. You can click on them, watch them whenever you want. They're live. They're gonna be live forever. So if you ever need to go back and reference them, or if you forgot something, they'll be there. They're amazing, and I really hope you guys enjoyed them. And I wanted to also show you guys a lot of tips that I got from Mally. So the reason I wanted to do masterclass was because I felt like I just didn't get a chance to like tap enough into Black makeup artists, specifically like celebrity makeup artists or artists that have worked on countless faces. Unlike me, I am self-taught. I'm gonna turn my fan on because it's hot, so if you guys hear noise, I'll turn it off when I start to cool down. So since I'm self-taught, I feel like there was like so much more that I wish I could have tapped into learning from other artists that do multiple different faces, multiple different complexions, day to day, and I just felt like I wasn't seeing it enough. When I got the chance to partner with CVS last year, being their beauty inclusivity consultant, I was like, done, let's do masterclass, and I loved it. Everything went amazingly. I feel like I learned so much and I got so much out of it. It actually ended up winning an award. Honestly, it was not something I expected when we created masterclass. I didn't expect it to win an award, but it definitely did. I think when Mally did my makeup, I might mix the steps up just a little bit just because I don't remember the exact steps, but I remember the tips for each step as she was doing them. So she did my brows. I think she did them first. Either way, I'm gonna show you guys how she did my brows. Did them a little bit different than I normally like to do my brows, which was very interesting. The brow gel I just used was the NYX the brow glue. It's been pretty nice. I mean, for my little sparse brows, it's been doing what it needs to do. Maybelline Brow Ultra Slim. This is the brow pencil I think she used on me when she did my brows. So we'll start to fill them in slowly. The way she filled in my brows made them look so natural. I almost felt like they were too light for me, but when she cleaned them up and finished them all off, I was like, okay. Sometimes when I fill in my brows, I feel like I either go way too harsh or way too light. Trying to fill them in and then spooling them out, which I know like everyone already does, but it's already hard enough to find like a brow pencil that is going to actually show up. This pencil is in the shade black. So sometimes black can be a little bit too harsh, but her going back and forth and just taking her time, which the patience that I don't have, it actually made them look really natural, and I really liked the way that they looked. For my birthday, y'all, I went to Mexico for my birthday. I had the best time, literally the best time. We did jet skis, which I am convinced that like I should have been born half dolphin because I'm obsessed with the water. I haven't learned how to swim yet. I know I'm supposed to. I found an instructor, but now I've got to find the location. I don't have a house with a pool or anything, which now I'm kind of like, dang, I really I need to get on that. I'm not gonna rush it just because I need a pool to learn how to swim. It's gonna be on and popping, y'all. I'm gonna be swimming. But we did those. It was amazing. I loved it. I had a blast. The entire trip was amazing. We went and did a cruise. Oh my gosh, y'all. I had the best time of my life in Mexico. It was exactly what I needed because I was just like, I felt like I was getting to a point where I was like, I wanted to go out of the country. It actually sparked me, like, I already knew that I wanted to travel, but going to Mexico and actually doing it, I think it was one of my first it is my first out of the country trip outside of like work with brands. So I've been out of the country with brands, and it's always like, you know, there's certain requirements that you kind of have to do, which feels like sometimes it does feel like work, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you go with a really amazing brand that's like, oh, we're here to have fun and also get a little bit of work done, and I love that. But sometimes it does feel like work, and it's also really quick sometimes, like a quick turnaround, so you don't really get a chance to enjoy the vibe, the everything of the trip. This time without a brand, and we had a great time. Like, I loved it. It made me realize that this is what I want to do. I want to go and do things like this. Like, I can't wait. I think Hawaii's next. I really want to do Hawaii next. So if you guys have any recommendations on Hawaii, I am down. This fan keeps getting in my eyes. It makes my eyes watery. I really want to know what you guys have been doing this year. I feel like everyone's doing something so different this year. I'm going through a bunch of different changes in my life right now. I feel like it's almost leading me down this like journey of like I feel like I'm in a weird space of like being so like aggressive with my time, and like if it doesn't serve me, I'm like quick to cut it off, which I've always been like that. So I'm kind of nervous about like letting that energy take over. I know some of the times that I've done it have been good, right? But I'm also very much so like, I will cut you off. I don't want to let that like take over, in the sense of I know it's already within me, but I'm also going through a lot of, like I said, a lot of changes right now that I don't want it to take it to the extreme, which I feel like I can. If it's something that's already a part of your nature and then you decide to lean into it even more, it can easily spiral out of control. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want it to be the Oprah special. Everyone gets cut off. You get cut off. You get a cut off. Like, it's not even people. It almost feels like it's even things that just aren't serving me in my life anymore. I'm just like, bye. So yeah, I really want to know what you guys are doing this year. We are 5 months in, which is crazy. We're in May. I feel like every year it feels like the years fly by. But we are in May, honey. We're almost at that halfway mark. What do you guys have planned for the rest of the year, the next half of the year? So I've had this foundation in my collection for a while now. I've been meaning to try it. This is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Serum. I have it in the shade Espresso. I love a good serum foundation, so let's see what this looks like. Ooh, okay, one thing Mally also taught me when we did masterclass was the way she talked about like the different tones on my face made so much sense. So my eyes are a little bit darker than everywhere else in my face, and my mouth is a little bit darker. And she was like, I tend to like to keep them that way. She used like the fact that my eyes have a little bit of darkness around them in the sense of like almost eyeshadow. So it's like fake eyeshadow, which I thought was really cool. Also, I'm still that girl that blends in her whole face with sponge. I love brushes every now and then when I'm just like feeling like in the mood for it, but a sponge is the way to go for me. Concealer, e.l.f. Camo. I'm gonna go in with a really light hand though, because I feel like it's a really full coverage concealer. This is about to be snatched, you guys. Like, my face, it's already looking so good. So I just used a little bit of bronzer. And the bronzer that I use isn't from the drugstore. It is a prestige brand, which it actually ties into a little bit about today's video as well. Is I actually asked you guys what you guys want to see more of in the drugstore. I asked this in the very beginning when I announced my collaboration with CVS, and like I said, we've been able to do some really amazing things since then. Can you guys see what she was talking about now? Like, I'm not blending all the way up anymore. I'm not blending all the way up. I'm like blending to my lash line, and it looks like I have like shadow on underneath there, just like a natural shadow, which I thought was so cool. I was like, oh, that's such a smart way to do it. And it also kind of like helps avoid those super tiny lines where it creases, especially for me. Ooh, this concealer. I think we're all on the same page still. We really want to see drugstore expand their ranges for deeper skin tones, especially like I said, bronzers. The shade of bronzer that I was using is virtually non-existent in the drugstore. Those are definitely things that I want to see more of. But also, you know, I always love to make sure I can tie it back to you guys. The CVS team sees all of these comments whenever I create videos like this for them. They see all of this. It's our time to talk about what we want to see more of. Saw a bunch of sunscreens, bronzers. Sunscreen is in a very interesting place right now. I specifically saw like people wanting to see natural sunscreens. Not natural, mineral sunscreens that aren't chemical based, which I think everything is chemical based, but I get what they're saying. We'll see mineral sunscreens that didn't have like the weird cast and ashiness and everything, and I was like, I absolutely agree with that. There are a few, but some of them, they like make my eyes burn. Or they're just not you know, they still have the cast. Bronzers, contours, highlighters were definitely top on the list. So for my hair, I think I'm gonna keep it simple. I don't wanna do too much. I'm using this tool right here. I actually got this a really long time ago. It's from CVS as well. And you can make really like tight crimps with it, or you can make like what I'm trying to do right now, just like a little bit of a wave, like almost like a braid out. And then Ka was the one that put me onto this. This is the Ogx Multi-Benefit Hairspray. It's a heat protectant. It gives you a little bit of a light hold. It's not too crunchy. I'm just gonna do this. And like I said, I'm keeping it pretty chill. Nothing too over the top. So I'm gonna just do a couple of passes through this. Oh, you guys can really see my tattoo. It says breathe. And then right here it says, right there, it says bagua, which is basically it's gonna be okay in my language. I don't get a lot of tattoos. Also, tattoo removal hurts, okay? Everyone that's considering a tattoo, rethink it. Because if you don't know, if you think you're gonna remove it, it hurts. It hurts, y'all, it hurts. This one I made a little bit too structured, so I'll do the rest of them not as like structured. Ka was raving about this hairspray, and I think he might have had a point because it's really good. Just something to make it look like I tried, make it look effortless. If you're new here, you know me and hair are the last things. It's the last thing on my list. So this is what they look like. That's why I'm calling them like braid out waves, because it looks like I just took my braids out. Cute, right? Okay, cute, cute. And then this spray is gonna make them like hold forever, which I really like. Did my eyes off camera. So I used a new Sky High mascara. I think what was different was the shade is actually way darker than the other Sky High, which I'm very happy about because it helps my eyelashes pop more. Just to like add a little bit of volume to my lashes because they're really little, I'm going to use the Falscara from Kiss. This is really good for those of us that don't like heavy lashes like me. I hate a heavy lash. It comes in these like individual lashes, and they're pretty easy to apply. These have a little bit of a flare, so I use the longest one in the center. My eye shape flatters more of like a flare in the center versus like a flare out to the wing or out to the side is what I've noticed. Or at least what I like. It's all about you, girl. Do whatever you like. Alrighty, so that is the final look. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Thank you again to CVS for such an amazing year. Give us everything you guys want to see down below in the comments. And if you guys enjoyed this look, I actually got so many of these products from the drugstore, and some of these things came out so good. I've already always loved the Kiss these. I've been wearing them for a while now. The new Sky High in Cosmic Black. Fire. It's really dark. I really like that. The e.l.f. Camo Concealer, the hydrating one, was surprising for me. Like I said, I tried the other one, the matte one. It wasn't for me. L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Serum. I like this formula. I wish it was a little bit deeper. Other than that, I love the way that all of this came out together. They look really good. Hair flip for the gods. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.